Buzz Aldrin and Dana Carvey. I'm holding a copy of the Santa Barbara News here from, this is the day that you landed on the moon. And there's an article in here I found interesting. It says that on the same day you guys landed on the moon, the Russians crash landed a Luna 15 on the moon.
Luna 15, yeah.
And that's not really something that many people really hear about.
Well, there are a lot of things
what do you think that was about?
that people haven't heard about.
Soviet hopes now rested on Luna 15. Luna 15 had a mass of 12,500 pounds, or just over 5,600 kilograms. It was fitted with stereo imaging system, a remote arm for sample collection, and a radiation detector, so the spacecraft could investigate gravitational fields, photograph the moon, and scoop up dirt for analysis. Around a third the size of the Apollo lander, Luna 15 was launched atop a Proton K Block D rocket from the Baikonur launch site on the 13th of July 1969. Meanwhile, Apollo 11 and its 3 astronauts lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center atop a massive Saturn V rocket on the 16th of July. It was the 5th crewed Apollo mission and the first to attempt a soft landing on the moon. The day after the American launch, Luna 15 arrived in moon orbit. It looked as though the Soviet Union would win the race for the rocks. Soviet ground control planned to carry out 2 orbital corrections to the spaceship on the 18th and 19th of July. But the ruggedness of the lunar terrain was a problem soon to be faced by Apollo 11, prompted a delay. The controllers had to spend nearly 4 days studying data to map out a landing plan. While the Soviets worked to solve the terrain issue, the Americans gained the edge. On the 19th of July, while Luna 15 was orbiting the moon, Apollo 11 entered lunar orbit as well, at an altitude of 100 miles. During orbit, the command module Columbia separated from the last spent rocket stage, turned around and docked with the Eagle lander. The next day, 20th of July, Eagle separated from Columbia and began its descent to the lunar surface, touching down with Neil Armstrong at the controls at 2017 hours.
4 forward, drift into the right level. Good. Okay. Contact light. Okay, engine stop.
We copy you down, Eagle.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
6.5 hours after landing, Neil Armstrong, followed by Buzz Aldrin, took his first step on the moon at 02:56 hours, 21st of July 1969. Mindful of the importance of lunar soil, Armstrong collected a small sample in a bag in case the mission was aborted before further EVAs were planned. It appeared as though the United States had won the race for the rocks. But the Soviet Union was not out of the race just yet. While Armstrong and Aldrin were walking around on the moon, Luna 15 was being prepped for landing. At 15:47 hours on the 21st of July, Luna 15 fired its main retro-rocket engine to initiate descent to the surface. But 4 minutes into its descent, transmission suddenly ceased, the spacecraft at an altitude of 1.9 miles or 3 kilometers above the moon's surface. Descending out of control at about 300 miles per hour, the spaceship most probably impacted the side of a mountain in the Mare Crisium. Less than 2 hours after Luna 15 had crashed, the Americans departed for home. When Eagle lifted off from the lunar surface at 17:54 hours, 21st of July, Armstrong and Aldrin had collected 47.5 pounds or 21.55 kilograms of moon surface material that was worth its weight in gold to scientists back on Earth. So the Americans not only won the race to put a man on the moon, but they also won the race for the rocks. The Soviet spacecraft was even captured on film flying over the American Eagle lander.
That's all, folks.